Yeah. And it did feel good, but I wasn't educated enough either. And so I knew a lot of the food that I was probably putting in me wasn't right.
Like what? What were we eating?
Oh, man, this is ages ago. And I don't think it was like good or bad. I just didn't monitor it the way that it should be, you know,
Like
and it
slight
wasn't
surplus.
fueling my body properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I had gone from bodybuilding, and to be honest, when I started that, my metabolism was really bad anyway. So I spent a lot of time with Alice, sort of building my calories slowly without increasing the body weight too much. And I think we hit, which is nothing nowadays, I guess, for a lot of us powerlifters, but I think I hit 2.6 calories. And as soon as we hit it, it was time to come back down to prep for that comp.
And what weight were you at for that?
Oh, dude, I couldn't tell you.
No,
I don't even know.
Yeah.
And again, back then we didn't really worry too much about the body weight. It was skin folds. So as long as those skin folds were decreasing, like we didn't, you know, what actually said on the scales it wasn't a huge matter. So, but yeah, we just, like now when I finished bodybuilding, because we did it so quickly, again, my metabolism it was shot. So I was eating and I was gaining quite a bit of weight, and I was gaining it quickly. And again, didn't phase me too much because we're powerlifters and we didn't really worry about that kind of thing. And it wasn't until like Annie started training at the gym, and she's obviously a nutritionist, and she kept saying to me, because I didn't have a nutritionist then, obviously I'd left physique code and stuff like that, so it's something that I just let go. And she was like, man, just let me work with you. Just give me a chance to like see what we can do with you. And I was like, I don't know, like maybe. And then I think I got to a point where I realized I was getting a bit bigger, and I didn't feel like I could see any muscle or anything like that, you know. And as a girl, you kind of start feeling a little bit off and whatnot. And she was like, just give me a chance. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. let's give it a go. And she put me on a meal plan. Obviously, we made sure that my macros and everything were right. We slowly increased my calories again, so that I wasn't gaining any more weight, but increasing those calories to a good amount. And yeah, I've been working with her for 3.5 years now, and we got to a place. So I think we were just having a chat a little bit about it before. I did push-pull in 2019, and so 2019, so I started working with Annie April of 2019, push-pull's November, and she said to me in the beginning, she said, this is going to be a really uncomfortable ride, but if you can trust me and just go with me, I promise you it'll turn around and we'll get to where we want to be. And I was like, all right then, let's see how we go. And we did. And push-pull 2019, I sat at 2019, 2020 actually, I don't know, but I sat over 80 kilos. And I'm short, like we said before, like I'm pretty short. So I looked pretty stocky, and I look back at photos that come up and I'm like, oh my God. And it was really uncomfortable, super uncomfortable there. And that's the highest that we got. And then from there, as the years have gone on, we've just slowly tapered down, and I've managed. And now, like, I'm so happy with where we're at. And I sit at 75 kilos, 76 all year round kind of thing. And we either, like, I used to have to cut for a comp, and like when I say cut, you know, we'd decrease the carbs, I'd go in the sauna, we'd sit in the sauna, do all of that kind of thing to make sure that I sat under 75. And now a lot of the time, like these last few comps, I've been eating up, so it's been wicked. Like you know, we have a bit of a giggle about it now, and she goes, I told ya. So, and yeah, it's true, but it took time. It definitely took time. And I think that's a big thing for like a lot of girls out there as well. You know, those girls that go, oh, I want to just tone, but I want to be skinny. And you're like, it doesn't work like that, man. Like, you know, it really doesn't. And you have to increase those calories to be able to build some of that muscle mass, and then taper off from there, sort of thing. So, and it takes time. Like, I think it's take 2.5 years, you know, to get here, doing what we've been doing. So,
and adherence as well is obviously one of the biggest ones, because like it's all good when you have to eat a lot of food, because everybody thinks, like you said, that's what a lot of females are scared to do.
Yeah.
And then they do that and they're like, oh, this is great. And I coach people, and I'll soon be actually, looks like I'm going to be doing this the same cert as Annie as well.
Oh, cool.
In terms of sports nutrition. I think it's just more suited to me personally.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting because she's obviously great at what she does. So
yeah, she's great.
You learn a lot. And obviously that comes with personal experience. But I have a client currently right now who's going through the exact same thing, and she's constantly, and I'm like, look, you know, this is the good part.
Yeah.
Once you're dieting again, you're just going to hate it. So, like, you shouldn't hate it entirely, but, like, it's not as fun. We all know it doesn't feel the greatest, especially as the more you do it. So when you're eating more, I think as hard as it is, at least, like you said, once you trust the process and kind of go through it, definitely try to enjoy that.
Yeah.
Because it's ideally the place you want to be, even just at maintenance.
I was just going to say, and then you hit this maintenance phase, and it's like wicked.
Yeah.
It's like this weight. It's almost like a weight lifted off your shoulders as well, you know. And you can afford to eat out or, you know, do those things, like relax, have a few drinks, have lots of drinks, whatever. You know, we make it work now. Yeah. So we're just in that phase where just small changes, you know, sort of get you back on track and things like that. Whereas you don't have to do these drastic measures to get where you need to be. No.
Yeah, you don't have to drink the lady shakes.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. They're like, I'm not hating on anyone who loses weight that way. If they want to do it that way, that's fine. But just know there is so many better ways to do it. I love food. I don't want to drink it.
Yeah.
I even have a protein shake sometimes, and I'm like when I'm on a busy day, and I'm like, what a waste.
Yeah.
Right? You'd so much rather eat.
Yeah.
What's your maintenance now?
We're sitting at about 2.4 at the moment. Which is good. I don't like to eat too much either, and I'm really time poor as well. So for me, the way that we've got it working, and it's probably not, you know, you hear these girls that are super strong, like sitting on like 3,000 calories and stuff like that, and just sitting at 74 kilos or whatever, and it works for them, and that's awesome. But we've worked out sort of the calories that I need to maintain what I am, and I'm happy. You know, if I'm hungry, we add a little bit more. If I'm not hungry, then, you know, we look at ways to change up the diet so that I'm still getting what I need. But, you know, I guess like you said, a protein shake or something like that. See, I don't mind every now and then, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's more just like, I've got protein bars here.
Yeah.
I gave Dylan one because he needs it. And I would be curious to talk about supplements, because you should, this one is a banana nut bread one. And this one, have a look at that one. I think it's peanut caramel maybe.
Oh yeah, crunchy peanut butter. Oh, this is
where it's at. It's a present. You can have it. I would like you to have it, but look, wait till you see the calories. It's so funny. People are like 260 calories.
See, this is okay to me. 260 is okay.
Yeah.
Those cookies. Is it the Lenny? Yeah. When they first came out, man, they taste so good. And I was like, oh, yeah, 260 calories, awesome. And then it says 2 servings. And I was like, what?
Yeah, you're like 500 calories. I could be eating so much
I
food.
was like, the chicken and rice I could be eating. Like, I know chicken and rice is boring, sorry.
Not when there's heaps of it.
Like, do you know what? Even Macca's, like wrong kind of macros or whatever, or like Hungry Jack's, Subway, whatever. Nando's, actually. Let's go Nando's, because I'd definitely choose that over anything. But, like, I'd rather have that than a cookie.
Yeah, well, especially when the cookie, I think the macros on the cookie are like 60 carb, 14 fat, 16 protein.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that I could have large chips from Nando's for that. Yeah. And that would be so much more satisfying
for sure.
than like a dense cookie.
Except you're like, oh, I'll get large chips. And then they're like, oh, did you want any sauce with that? And you're like, oh, I'm going to go the aioli for sure.
Yeah.
Or the peri-peri. And then you're like, blows it out. And you're like, oh,